Welcome to Surety Matters with Matt Snowden. I'm Matt Snowden. This isn't the first episode, it's the beginning. And as I just said, we aren't going to start with perfect, not the perfect script, not the perfect topic, not the perfect tech, not even the perfect visuals. We're just going to start where every good business journey starts, at the beginning. See, I've been thinking about this for a long time, and I've even been asked why I didn't do it sooner. Today, we're going to step into a conversation, and it'll become a series of conversations about how to build a stronger business. And if you're somebody running a construction business that wants to grow and win, this conversation is for you. I've spent 20 plus years in finance, spent the last 12 plus helping contractors grow and win with surety. I've had these same conversations on repeat hundreds of times. And I'm not here to build a podcast or a YouTube channel. I'm here building a library of practical, helpful conversations for folks just like you in the construction business. LinkedIn is just where we're starting. See, several years ago, I had a great client come to me and he had done big work. He'd been successful. He knew how to make a profit. He knew how to win the type of work that he specialized in. But all of a sudden, he couldn't get bonding that he normally was accustomed to being able to get. He thought he had a bond problem. And after looking at his financials and talking with him about what was going on in the business, his business had changed. Not only had it changed, the financial reporting and presentation hadn't kept up, and some things were going on in the financial statements that were business problems, not bonding problems. We had heavy short-term debt that was eroding working capital. We had aged receivables that were being discounted and not allowing him to use that toward net working capital to gain greater access to surety. And in general, the type of work that he was doing had changed enough that his company didn't look the way that it used to when he was getting those larger bonds. So rather than simply giving him a no or just shopping to a new solution, we decided to take the time to talk to him about what yes would actually look like. And sometimes it's helpful to do that with a trusted partner. So we asked one of our better underwriters to join us for lunch and sit kneecap to kneecap with him and talk about what was going on in his business and what they were seeing from their perspective, not just from my perspective as the agent. We talked about converting long-term debt or short-term debt to long-term debt. We talked about collecting on aged receivables that had been hung. We talked about why his financial reporting needed to be upgraded and updated to reflect the current strength of the business and some things that he could do with his personal finances that would improve the bondability of the company. After a long lunch, I walked away from that looking totally differently at how my business affects yours. That was a transformational conversation, not a transactional bonding conversation. Walking away from that meeting, our client knew how to get a yes. He had a strategy for converting short-term debt to long-term debt. He had a strategy for getting aged receivables collected. He had a strategy to get back to the level he was before so that he could get the bonding that he knew his business could deliver and could support. That experience is why Surety Matters exists. See, the problem really isn't the bond. The problem is that nobody's explained to you how the system works, and we're happy to do that. So I really don't think that surety is about bonds. I think it's about building better businesses. Bonding capacity is just the scorecard for the strength of your business and the work that you've put in to making it grow and grow successfully. From here on out, we're going to do bi-weekly episodes or every other week. We're going to go live on LinkedIn, and our first official episode will be on Monday, July 20th at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be SM001, and each week or each time that we go live, we're going to have a new count so that they can be referenced easily in the future because these are intended to be practical conversations that you may want to reference from time to time as you're running into challenges and questions. then ultimately we can work together to help you solve those problems if you want to apply it confidentially to your personal situation. Over time, we'll even make these available on YouTube and on podcast platforms, but each time it'll start right here on LinkedIn Live, just like this. If there's a topic that you believe is making your business better, or one that is holding you back or causing struggle, I'd like to hear about it. That's what these conversations are for, to help you win. I'm really active on LinkedIn. Let's connect there. That's the best place to find me. We can take the conversation offline after you tell me what you need and how we can help. We're here as a resource to help contractors grow and win with surety. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today. I look forward to seeing you at SM001 on July 20th. Remember, this is Surety Matters, where stronger businesses earn stronger bonding. Thanks for being here. Look forward to chatting with you soon.